Well, that was a little silly. I have been talking to myself with none of the sound on for the last 10 minutes. Lovely. So, while you saw me zipping around, what was I trying to explain? So sometimes the border that we see here, when we have activated the border, disappears and it doesn't come back. So I'm adding in a little something right here, which whenever we try and update the position of the border, right? If the window handle reference, the HWND that we have stored for the border, is no longer a valid window, this is the function from the Win32 API. If it is no longer a valid window handle, we will just run create again. And what create will do is it will update this global that we have, border HWND. And I think that will solve quite a lot of the consistency issues that we've been seeing. So with that done, and with the sound finally on, let's take a look at something that has been requested quite a lot, actually, right? So let's go into the issues and get some background on this. Where'd you go? Something related to the border. Configurable active window border size. Lots of thumbs up. The active window border is too big and bulky for my liking. Well, I really hate to break it to everybody who thumbs upped and commented, but it is ugly if it's not exactly this width/thickness. But nevertheless, the people have spoken, and I can't really think of what else to do on this stream, so I am gonna go ahead and implement this, and you can all be horrified with how ugly it looks, and join me so that I'm not the only person who knows how bad it can look. So it was kind of hard setting. Well, just doing the whole border was very hard and confusing anyway, but eventually I ended up having to set the border width using this callback. Where does this get called? In the create, right? This is oh god, there aren't any docs on this. But basically, when a window event gets sent to this window, it calls this callback, which will run some code and do some stuff, and then carry on, right? So like, there are these messages that I'm handling on, and the main one is WM paint, and so I hook into that. And I I draw a border with these pretty primitive API methods: select object, rectangle, and paint, validate, rect. So essentially, the configurability that will be added is going to manipulate this value here in the create pen. And the create pen functions, if I can find that here. Why does the search suck? Create pen. There we go. Why can't you just come up when I search in here, man? What the frick? Anyway, right, so C width. So we've got this style. We want a solid border. I mean, I guess you could do other stuff. Maybe people will want that. But this is the good stuff, right? The width of the pen in logical units. If n width is 0, the pen is a single pixel wide, regardless of the current transformation. And then we're already doing something with the color, I believe. Border color current, right? So I guess oh, another global, land of the globals. All right, so border, let's say border width current, and we'll set the default to be 20. I just want to make sure what is the type. It is an I32. That is a signed 32-bit integer. So this is not going to be an atomic U32. It's going to be an atomic I32. Let's import that. And this, I believe, now is 20, right? And so border width current dot load ordering CST. You know, it's funny when I was learning how to use these atomics, and I saw there's like a lot of options for ordering, right? So if I come here, you've got CST, Acrel, acquire, relax, release. And I had no idea what. I just had no idea. And I read something, I'm not sure if it was on the Discord or the Reddit, and they're like, when in doubt, use sexcsd. So that is what I am using. All right, so let's stop this. Let's run a development version. Let's get that going. And with a little bit of luck, we should have exactly the same as what we had before, right? Because we have just moved the value of 20 that was here to this this global. All right, and so now we can play with this a little bit, right? So our friend Sinosphere said that it is a bit too big and bulky for my liking. So let's cut this in half, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, so you can start to see what I mean, right? I don't actually know how to do the zoom, but maybe it would help if I had a different background. But you can see there's like these little gaps, right, between the window. Maybe you'll see it better here. Yeah, you got like these little gaps, and it doesn't really look very nice. Maybe if we bring it all the way down to 5, we'll see. Yeah, now you can really see how nasty it can look. On the other hand, though, I think like if you wanted like those really thick ass borders, I mean let's do 30. Let's not get too crazy. But yeah, I know some people love like really thick borders and really thick gaps. And you know there are other people who are like, why would you waste so much screen real estate? Yeah, it's a little bit chunkier, but I think, you know, what is happening is that a lot of the width is getting drawn behind, right? So like the limit is here, and then all of the width is coming inwards rather than outwards. But anyway, let's make this configurable. So we can use border color current, that's a tongue twister, as a base really for creating this new command. So we have, for the border color, we have this socket message. So let's go to the socket messages and let's add active border width. Window kind. We really want a different. Oh gosh, I don't know. Let's just assume for now that regardless of window kind, because you can have different colors for window containers that only have a single window, and a different color for those that contain a stack of windows. I think in this case, let's just keep it simple and say that we are going to apply the same border width to all of the different window kinds that we have now or that we may have in the future. So we can head back to our handler here, and we can do some copy pasta. God, I have no idea what this code is doing. Anyway, I don't care about that code. I just care about the width. And it is going to be active border width. Cool. And I can just yoink this. This is going to be border width. I don't know why it's called border width current. I think I just copy pasted the wrong thing. Anyway, let's we don't need to do any of this stuff. We are just storing a plain old 32-bit signed integer. So right, so we have for the, I have no idea what border color current is doing, but it doesn't make sense in the context of the border width. So I'm calling this border width, rename it, bring it here, Dunzo. Let's see. If we have any objections from Clippy. No, we do not. So that has set up all of the plumbing on the Komorebi side. It is ready to receive this socket message with this argument. The next step, if you've been following along on the previous videos as well, you'll know is to jump over into Komorebi C and create a command that will send that socket message over to Komorebi to process in the way that we have just defined. So, let's find the border related commands. Okay, active window border color. Let's copy some pasta. Active window border width. Right, and we need to make a new struct to match this. I'll derive a bunch of stuff that lets us generate auto hotkey functions for the library. Active window border width. And we are just going to have a single width of the active window border, desired width of the active window border. Okay, and oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Now, so this whole thing is an enum, right? And let's go all the way back. So this subcommand thing, these are all of the commands that you can run in Komorebi C. This is an enum, and in Rust, if you match on an enum, you have to handle every single variant of the enum. Otherwise, you don't even get a warning, you get a compilation error. Which is very nice, because when you get enums as big as this, it's very easy to forget. So active window border, that's where that's handled. Right. This is going to be active window border width. Our arg is going to be active. Active border. This should be active window border. Active window border width. Yeah, it should be consistent. I've been talking a lot about consistency today. The word in Dari for consistency is hamahangi. I made a couple of videos on TikTok about hamahangi today. So I guess concordant is another synonym for that in English. All right, let's pass the width. And I believe that Clippy is happy with this. Cool. So I think that's everything. Let's install this and take it for a spin. So when I do the install target on the, I think I've already said this, but basically it installs both Komorebi C and Komorebi to my path. I introduced this because there were times before I had this where I would I wouldn't get why something wasn't working, right? Because I had recompiled Komorebi, but I had not recompiled Komorebi C, and it was a mess. But this, although it takes a little bit longer, it helps me maintain my sanity in the long run. All right, so you know, why don't I actually I'll do a dev build of this so that we can see the logs as we manipulate this configuration value. So let's get a new terminal. Komorebi C. You should have active window. Oh, I didn't update the. I was in too much of a rush. I did not update the window border. The docs. So set the width for the active window border. So let's just info that again. It is also installing and compiling Komorebi C again for me. Thank you very much. All right, we are rocking and rolling. So, where are you? No, seriously, where'd you go? There you are. Set the width for the active window border. And I guess that thing didn't help because the border has disappeared. Yeah, sometimes the border just doesn't even load. What the hell? Okay, at least this time it loaded. Alright, so we're gonna do Komorebi C, active window border width. I just put my phone on silent. Set the width for the active window border. So let's try setting this to 10. Hey, and it updated in real time. We do not need to recompile anymore. The beauty of signals. Oh, damn, yeah, that's pretty small. 40 chunky ass border. But yeah, I think like, I mean, like, what's the lowest that you could go? 15 maybe? 12? 12 still doesn't look particularly great to my eyes. 14? I mean, I guess maybe you could get away with 14, but I mean, so the thing that makes it really tricky is like, I don't know, if you zoom in, like here, you can see because of the way that it's rounded, right? The rounding requires more width to fill that space that would otherwise not need to be filled if you had the sharp corners of Windows 10. So if you're still on Windows 10, or if you have disabled rounding window corners on Windows 11, you can probably get away with a much thinner active window border. But I think that, yeah, you'll be as disappointed as I am when you come to playing around with this. So I think that's pretty cool. Let's fump this, and then let's commit it. Active window border width. Yep. 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 So that's where we replace the hard-coded width of 20 with this variable width. There's also thread safe. Of course, we have automatically updated our auto hotkey library. Yep. We've added to our massive enum of subcommands. And we're handling that enum case. And that's it. Nice, nice, nice. So let's commit this feat. Yeah, I guess it's part of the window manager. Make active border with configurable. This commit introduces a new command which lets the user set a custom width value for the active window border when it is enabled. I guess I should write something about how the command actually kind of sucks. What can I say? Fortunately, a little more width is required when working with what do I want to call these? I'm working with rounded windows on Windows 11 to fill the gap left by the rounding. The default width remains at 20. It's set at 20. I'll fix up the formatting. Yeah, I think that's reasonable enough. Yes, it does. So, what is the issue number? The issue number is 232. Yep. Let's just make that look nice. Nice. Fix up that white space. And we can push this. And so, obviously this is not out in a release yet. However, I did mention in a... okay, let me start the window manager, because I do not like running without my window manager. Right. I did mention before that if you want to try out features that are on the master branch that are not yet in the latest release, so for example, you can see here that there have been 19 commits to master since this release. It's not actually that much stuff. Like, a lot of it is just updating dependencies with Dependabot, and there's quite a few docs updates as well. But yeah, if you want to try out any of the things that are not yet in a release and not so easily installable, what you do is you come to the repo. This will usually be a green tick. Right now it is an orange dot because this is still running. Let's go to one with a green tick. Okay, and then you click on the green tick, and then you click on details, the one that has the green tick. It'll take you to a page like this. From here you go to summary, and from there you can click on this artifact, which will download a pre-built version of both Komorebi and Komorebi C. And I believe these days an MSI installer. Let's check that out. I think that is the case. Yeah, also an MSI installer for the latest commit. So you can use that to try out these new features that are not on 0.1.14 yet. So I guess I should leave I'm assigned to it post facto. I have added a command for this on the master branch, but it may not be exactly what you expect. Check out the live stream from 12/9/22 for more info. Live stream, I guess 2 words. About this. And I'm open to any ideas that anyone may have on improving the flexibility, I guess, of the active window border width in the future. Okay, I think that's cool. I'm not going to close it. I think this should be open. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do today. Because I actually kind of want to go and play Elden Ring. I haven't had a chance to play the PvP Coliseum update today, so I think I will. I'll go grab some food, and then I will do that. So thanks for tuning in. If you did tune in, thanks for watching after the fact. If you will be watching after the fact, I appreciate the views, the likes. I've been getting some comments. Appreciate the feedback on Discord as well. And yeah, if you ever feel like hanging out with us on the Discord, there is a link to our Discord server right here. There is a whole bunch of us, and we are pretty friendly, I like to think, and we're all into desktop customization and tiling window managers and things that are adjacently related. And it makes me very happy to see a vibrant, friendly community on the internet that reminds me of how nice and kind the internet could be in the late 90s, or at least how I remember it in my nostalgia. So come hang out. If you need help setting up Komorebi, you can come there as well. If you have questions about specific configuration options, you can come there as well. And stay tuned, because I will be making a video or slash doing a live stream about setting up Komorebi from scratch. I'll probably do that in a clean VM, and I will go through how to make your own config and how to make it your own, starting from the sample config that we have. All right, so that is everything for today. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.